I want to start the season with a pre-spring garden tour so you can see how everything is looking while it's all dormant, what the ice storm took out, and then we can see how it progresses over the spring and how everything grows in. So it's a bit of a mess right now, not really clean. I have this cover here. It's a chicken coop cover for a garden bed. And then I still have all my seed starting supplies that I haven't used. They've been sitting out here. All of the flowers that were in these pots are all taken out and dead, except for this. This was an echinacea, and I can see the green growth in there. I can see that it's growing back, so I'm leaving that, and I'll probably transplant that into the ground. This is a blueberry, lost some leaves, but I see a little budding on it. Lemon balm next to it starting to come back. And this is my bay leaf tree that did not make it through the freeze. So I'll be looking to replace that. I do see that my blueberries, I see some leaves starting to wake up. And then this one is starting to get a few flowers on it, as well as these tiny little blueberry plants that need to be up potted. You can see some budding on those as well. And then this whole wall kind of looks junky. So I want to rework this area here. This is one of my Meyer lemons that I was taking in and out. Needs to be watered. It's growing in. I have a smaller pot inside of a larger pot because I wanted to up pot that. So that's something that needs to be done. Have covers and lawn bags just kind of all over the place. Here's another cover. Here is where I had my cardoon plants that didn't make it through the freeze. And this one and this pot here. I'm thinking I want to put my two larger blueberries in these pots. This is a motherwort herb plant, and it's doing fine. I've had this for years. I transplanted it out of another bed, and it's still going strong. Right back here is an empty pot. And then over here is my mint bed. I can see all of the old things that need to be cut back in this mint bed. And I see new growth right underneath. So I'm going to get all of this cut back so it can grow in nicely. I also see that I have an elderberry tree sprout right here. So I'm going to start getting that cut back. This is the state of flower bed that I normally put my zinnias in. And so I had cannas in it last, and I can see that they're starting to wake up underneath all of that, along with some weeds. But I do see some new sprouts. All right, so this is the big bed in the center. These are the cabbages I have in here, and they actually are still alive. I don't know if you can see inside of there. Probably not. I can see a little bit of a head forming, so I'm going to leave these. The outer leaves are starting to die back, so I could get in there and pull that off, but the inside looks good, so it made it through the freeze pretty well. And there's another one in here also. So these two cages are cabbages. This one was a cabbage as well, but I harvested it before the freeze. So it's just empty now. And this is Greek mountain tea mint. And it has made it through all the freezes. I transplanted this here at the beginning of fall when I was cleaning out another bed. And it has expanded some, but it has not spread far. It hasn't taken over. And I have some strawberries in here. I see that they are putting on flowers. And I planted strawberries all of the side of this bed, so they kind of were covered. And these are seascape strawberries. This is just a bunching onion that got replanted. See, I have some weeds growing in this bed also. Get that out of there. So I decided with this bed, I was going to plant it all in onions. So I planted all of my onions in this bed that I grew from seed. And on top of this trellis is a cross vine. Looks like it went dormant for the winter, but it should be back. And this is what it looks like. It puts off these flowers. So this will be its second year on this trellis. But let's look at these onions. So these onions were completely uncovered through all of the freeze. You can see how they were smaller. It burned some of the tips. But it seems that they bounced back. You can squeeze it. It's not really juicy or anything. And the little leaves are filling out again, so I'm leaving that. I do have some green still inside of this cage that was covered during the freeze. All of this inside of here, these are onions also. I'm going to take this off and show it to you. I had this covered because the squirrels kept getting in it, but I'm glad that I did it because I had these structures that when it was freezing, I was able to just go ahead and throw this greenhouse cover on top, and at least the ice was not sitting on top of these onions. So you can see what it looks like in there. I actually do see a little bit of bulbing on some of these. And so I think I definitely will be planting and this is a mullein right here in the corner. I think I'll definitely be planting my onions out again like this. I think I planted these in November and they've just been overwintering in here. So that's the covered ones. And then the uncovered seem to have done just as well. So these were just sitting in ice. And this is a kind of shaded area here, especially with the trellis. So it was almost 5 days just sitting in ice. And they still bounced back. So that is going to be the way I'm going to approach growing onions from now on. From seed and planting them out in November. Close that back up. Then this is a little junk corner over here that's going to get cleaned up. You can see the elderberry tree is waking up. And I wanted to cut this back. Although I like having it back here, it shades out this area and I can plant some shade plants. Look, you can see that the elderberry is sprouting up all over the place. So just know elderberry is invasive. So it's there. That's the main tree. And then it's all the way over here, popping up here and even outside of the fence. So it cannot be contained. I'll try to dig up as much of that as I can. Then here are the rest of my strawberries. These seascape strawberries left over in this green stalk. You can see my hyacinth bulb started to come up. I see behind it daffodil leaves, but I don't think I'm going to get the bulbs this year. I don't think the flowers are coming. So these are the hyacinths. And I planted these last year, so they're popping up again this year. Mullein plant. This is its second year, so I'm thinking it is going to go to seed this year, so I planted a lot more. This is my jujube tree. And this is the donut nectarine that is really blooming out, as you can see. Next to it, Olympian fig starting to put on its leaves. And then this is the donut peach, and I can see all the buds coming on this one as well. This is the black mission fig. It's waking up also. And then these are Brussels sprouts that made it through the freeze, but to me they look stunted. I don't see many sprouts on it, so I'm going to get those out of there and replant something else here. And this is more mullein that I planted in the fall. It's been here all through the freeze, all through the winter, snow, ice. Looks like nothing ever happened to it. So mullein can take almost anything here. This is a bag of leaves that are breaking down. This is an old Texas rock rose plant that I need to cut back. This is my bed that had the nematodes in it, but I had also grown garlic in it last year. So I can see that some of the garlic corms are starting to sprout. So that's what that is. I haven't planted anything in there. I am going to plant asparagus in this bed. And you can see where I cut down the moringa trees. So here's one. And that is the other one. They definitely don't make it through our freeze. It's completely dead on the inside. Looks like I see some lilies popping up over here. Just empty pots back here. This was a mealy grass plant. You can see all of these tree branches. I'm either going to mulch them or burn them. So that's why I'm gathering everything up here. It's going to be one of my next projects. I had banana trees here, did not make it. Had palms in that back pot over there, that didn't make it. And I've already completely cleared out the garden house. Let me show you what the garden house looks like after the freeze. So everything is gone. So the only thing left in here is just the irrigation lines and some mulch. So I'm going to go ahead and get this bed amended, put down another layer of compost. I have this composted chicken manure that I'm probably going to put a layer of. This is my Miwa kumquat. Still doing well in her new pot. Then nothing over here, just more compost. I'm gonna put more trees along this back wall. This is my herb bed, so I can see my rosemary and my mullein. This is blue sage coming back to life, and that's some chamomile sprouting back up. I think I'm gonna see. I may be done with this tower, but I'm not sure. I really liked it for strawberries, so we'll see. I have a couple more green stalks to put up. So I will see. See, the flowers are really kind of burned, but they're still blooming. They don't look very good, so I don't know. Get that cleared out. This is my hardy hibiscus plant. That's perennial, so it will come back. That will be definitely what stays against this wall. And I've started moving everything else out. I want to put a new garden bed against this wall. Well, against the fence. So I'll be moving this jujube tree somewhere else. And this is my Peggy Martin rose. She looks to be taking over this trellis. Still looking nice and healthy all through the winter. So hopefully I'll get a lot of nice, pretty pink blooms on this trellis. It's my Easy Cube planter. I want to get some peas planted in this Vago Easy Cube so they can possibly trellis up the side. So I'm going to get this cleaned out. I see a little bit of fennel that's still green in here, so I'll cut it back. I also see the squirrels have been in here, acorns. I opened it up after the freeze, trying to let, just basically because I didn't want it to, ooh, that is nasty. Everything in there is just juicy. Okay, yeah. Yeah, they've been coming in here eating. I'm gonna get this cleaned out, and it stinks. Stinks, stinks, stinks. It's all cleared out, waiting for beans. That's what's going in there next. And there are more pansies. Then all four of these beds, these two, and these two are all cleared out. Next to go in here will be potatoes. And try to get some more beets and carrots planted. And this green stalk was cleared out also. I actually really want to clean this one because it was full of aphids. You know, I could even see like some, I don't know if you can see that, like some dead aphids along the top. So I want to make sure this is really cleaned out before I start planting in it again. Okay, so this is the messy fall winter garden. This is Mexican lime. She's not looking that good. And then that's another Meyer lemon. Lost its leaves, but it's still flowering. Try to get that replanted. Trash bags. But this is the ugly of the fall winter garden. And now I'm going to start making changes to make it pretty for the spring. Thanks for watching. Happy growing.